What's good, guys? Your boy, Hugo the Savage, back again for another Savage Talk Extra. We are here live. It's the first Savage Talk after WWE Fastlane. You know, like that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm glad to see everybody here. Shout out to you guys. Let me run through the man there, make sure I don't miss anybody out. It's good to be here. I love talking and chopping it up with you guys, especially the day after a pay-per-view. Today's Savage Talk Extra is literally going to be a review of everything what happened last night. We'll get some ratings on it. We'll talk about the big talking points. We won't talk about the rubbish talking points. Cover some Savage news, Q&A, and then, you know, like that. Shout out to Holloman Boy. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Victoria Rubin. Why did Andrade get released? He asked for his release, but we'll get into that. Shout out to Bradley Masamba. Shout out to Brother Nero. Shout out, I like Call of Duty, you know, like that. Shout out to Nima. I'm good, bro. For real, for real. Shout out to Miles Jackson. Real talk and that Jackson 5 big in the game. Shout out to Eric Travis. You know, like that. Yeah. Shout out to Kevin. You know, like that. Shout out to Mike Wallace. Shout out to Brocky. Yeah. Shout out to the Scottish psychopath Michael Smith in the house. You know, like that. Shout out to Martel Thomas. Yeah. Shout out to Annette Morris. Big in it. You know, like that. Shout out to Love for Basketball. Shout out to Black-Hearted White Sheep. That's a big name still, ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Madison Rogers. Shout out to Chris Wrestling Views. Big to see you here, you know, like that. And shout out to Lord of Darkness. You know, like that. You know them way there, yeah? Morris Reigns in the house. Shout out to Olivia Chapman. Okay, these are all from my son's Xbox stream still. You know, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna hear man in the other room making funny noises. Yeah? Morris Reigns, head of the table. We are here. You know, like that. Hey, listen, I see you changed the profile picture again. You know them way there. Obviously, man, I'm putting out the things and I have to answer quick sip of the drink and that. Old type Goku, you know? Chris Wrestling View says, check out my channel. I will check it out, brother. Remind me at the end of the chat as well, because obviously I can't keep this on screen, but I will check out your channel. I will subscribe. Michael Smith, you know, like that. Yeah. Eric Travis says, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, and Friday the 13th Fiend last night. Savage, you know. Thumbs up, it did mass who used to fight. I did know that. So Kyle A. Scarborough done the designs, handed it over to Tom. Tom done it. Tom actually done the original Fiend mask as well. There's pictures of him and Bray Wyatt together, what's in before. Lord of Darkness says, Roman is 5-0. The streak continues at Fastlane. None of us even cared about Fastlane. But if the streak's gonna go, let the streak go. You know, like that. Shout out to Ollie. What do you even mean? You know, like that. Yeah, you know the vibes. Shout out to Ollie, bro. I know you're on Xbox with Brown Chang. You know, like that. Shout out to Elite Squad. Wall up, Savage. Shout out to you, bro. You know them way there. Demon Team stand up. Everyone spam hashtag Demon Team in the chat. You know, like that. Yeah? Let's get into it. Because Fastlane was all right still. You know, like that. Nima just brought up what I was going to bring up. Why did Alexi pin Randy like that? Man's name's Randy. Work it out for yourself. Yeah? All that was missing was the Pornhub tune. Yeah? Listen, shout out to Randy, man. He had a good night still. Considering how it went for him with the sister Abigail, finished off pretty nice for him. Chris Wrestling View says, do you think the Fiend will use a voice box? No. Don't think he'll use a voice box. And to avoid sounding like everyone's copying Kane, probably best not to use it anyway. But to be honest, you know what I mean? He doesn't talk much. He says, let me in. It's pretty much it. So, you know what I mean? Bradley Masamba says, Roman, the GOAT. Big facts. I was about to say, bah, but that's what sheeps make. I don't know what noise goats make, even though I've heard them, you know, like that. Dexter YT says, yowie, wowie. You know them way there. Shout out to you. Hashtag Demon Team, big spam. Eric Travis, big spam. Yeah? Michael Smith says, Sasha Banks laugh. I hate it. I hate it so much. My Wally spam Demon Team in the chat. Big fast Demon Team in the chat. Demon Team. Yeah. Alexa rode the Viper. You know, like that. Get me. He was X-rated for a minute still. I know our boyfriend thought of that because she was positioned on him too good, you know, like that. But yeah, shout out to Alexa because her acting was Oscar winning. For real. Let's hope Orton versus the Fiend is in the House of Horrors match at WrestleMania. 5 Live Thunder would be better. It would not be a House of Horrors match. That's for sure. But isn't it amazing that after all these years, it comes back around. Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, and Randy Orton again. It's dope. Means they get to correct what went wrong with that fuck. Because you remember, some of that was a bit dodgy, I ain't gonna lie. Brother Nero, hashtag Demon Team, big fat shout out to you, Brother Nero. Shout out to all the supporters, man. I love all of you. You lot have been riding, man, for a while. You know what I mean? Not like Alexa Road, Randy still don't even use them ones. You know, like what do you even mean? Anyway, Randy, he's having, hey man, he had a semi all right night, you know, if you know what I mean, yeah. Randy Rice said Alexa White. Yeah, you know, like that. You can't be, you put stuff on the internet, stays there forever. Are you hyped for Raw tonight? I am. Chances are I probably wouldn't even get anything from the Fiend, you know, them way there. You know what they like to do to us, bro. Yeah? So is Firefly Funhouse Brack? No. This has not been confirmed yet, and if we're honest, as it was, he probably shouldn't be back. And I'm going to miss the puppets, but it makes sense for him not to be back. If that makes, I don't know though. We never know. Maybe the Funhouse starts, but it's Alexa in the Funhouse with the puppets, and no Bray Wyatt. Yeah, Sasha's, you know what I mean? Shout out to Kevin. Brocky Savage, sorry, but Roman tapped out. I couldn't believe he didn't tap out, bro. He was giving Daniel a hand rub, stop the foolishness, bro. He didn't tap out. Yeah, I mean, House Horrors match sucked. It was terrible. Shout out to Ryan. Savage, high thoughts on the Fiend's mask. I thought for what it was on the night, it was great. I thought it was really good. I actually liked the fact they didn't just bring him back with a fresh mask. It was more like, this is what happened when you set me on fire, and I've just returned with that same face. Do I think... See, I was thinking that maybe after what happened last night, when we see him next time, we'll have like a... You know, like how Kane used to have that finger mask on? I'm not comparing him to Kane, but you know, the clear, just full in face mask covered. But is the Fiend... Why would the Fiend care about how he looks? He wouldn't really, would he? Yeah, I mean, Bray Wyatt would, but the Fiend wasn't, so... I don't think he'll change. We might get something a little bit different at WrestleMania, though. I don't think we'll see him much. Bray Wrestling in 2007 started good, but the WrestleMania and Payback household match was such. Yeah, I thought if you guys, a lot of guys didn't pay attention to the whole thing, but I actually watched every SmackDown leading up to that not long ago. Dope. The stuff was dope, but yeah, the match let me down a little bit. So we get Funhouse episode and Bray's all burnt up also. Bray's burnt, man, crisped. Fiend is. So, you know what I mean? Unless they're going to separate the two of them, I'm thinking we're only going to see the Fiend and Alexa in the Funhouse. So I don't know. I would say to guys, best thing for you to do is don't get your hopes up too much. Just go into Raw with a clear head, because you might not get the Fiend at all on Raw. Let's be honest. You might just get Alexa. But obviously, the build-up from now is going to be Randy saying that he wants payback on the Fiend at WrestleMania. That's what's going to happen next. So, do you guys like to see Roman versus Edge in a TLC match at Mania? That's not a bad shout. I still think it's going to end up being a triple threat match, to be honest. But I'm not mad at a TLC match. It makes sense. It's Edge's. It's what Edge is into, you know, like that. So, Mitchell, shout out to you, bro. Savvy, what's up? Apollo's dope, man. Apollo was really good last night. It's easy for me to speak about Fastlane because I finished watching it with my son about 25 minutes ago. We watched it back. Obviously, my son didn't watch it last night, so we watched it again. It was better than I thought. You know what I mean? Obviously, with the comments and the hype and me speaking to you guys and not focusing on the matches entirely, I missed a few things and some of the things felt a little bit better. Still, what was rubbish was the Braun versus Elias match. Not because the match was trash. It was just pointless. The tag team match was still trash. Everything else was good. Well, I miss Rambling Rabbit, me too. Shout out to Rambling Rabbit. House Horrors match payback was ass. Yeah, it was booty cheeks, it was butthole, it was ass crack. Am I the only one that thinks Sheamus should have won? No, you're not the only one, but it didn't make sense for him to win because Drew's already got the match announced at WrestleMania for Bobby Lashley. If Sheamus wins that, then surely he deserves a title shot. What's your thought on the fake Shane injury? I thought it was perfect. I just think that they should have cancelled the match off the card though, but perfect because that match is building up to a WrestleMania match. So giving it at Fastlane and then 3 more weeks in between, what do you do? Yeah, I mean, Braun's going to want payback straight away, so What I thought they should have done is they should have put Braun in a handicap match with Elias and Jackson Riker, and then Shane should have got the pin. They should have done all the beating up. Shane should have got the pin, and then he could have carried on trolling him. But what did you think about Retribution? I'm glad they split up. I mean, I don't know if they're fully split up because what they keep trying to allude to is that Ali's not the leader anymore. But if I was in creative, I'd send Mia Yim back to NXT. I think she's got unfinished business there. She didn't win the title down there. I would make Dijakovic and Madine. I was about to say make them a tag team because we don't have a big tag team around. But if they're going to be a tag team, they'll probably stay as the Retribution tag team. You know what I mean? Which makes sense. And then send Plateface back to NXT because no one cares about him. Francesco Figueroa, he looks like a zombie from Resident Evil. Yeah, he does. He looks a bit like anyone watched Child's Play 3, I think, or Child's Play 2, when Chucky gets melted in the shop at the end and he's got the blue eye. He looks like Chucky. Can't wait for the Fiend figure of his new. Oh my god, I can't wait. I think it's going to be about another 4 months probably before Elite start making that figure, but I'm here for it, man. I've slowed down with collecting Elite figures. I've got loads of Funko Pops, but the Elite figures I've slowed down, man, so I need to get back on it. Sup, Savage. Shout out to you, bro. I hope Randy shows up Monday and prayers to Randy's family. Randy lost his uncle, but do you think Brock returns now? Yeah, Randy lost his uncle before Fastlane. I knew that. I didn't want to bring it up. I just thought, yeah, shame. But yeah, thoughts and prayers, of course. Do I think Brock will return? No, don't think he'll return. Yeah, Chris agrees with Nima. Like I said, I didn't say I didn't agree. It didn't make sense for him to win. Who loses a match in between their title shot at WrestleMania? You know what I mean? I saw many people laughing at the Fiend's new look. Anyone laughing at the Fiend's new look, it's up to them. It's their opinion, but I thought he looked cool as hell, man. Breaking up. Jeff Samuel, shout out to you, bro. Hope you're well. Good to see you in the chat, bro. Bray should come back after WrestleMania. I think so too. Maybe on the Raw after Mania. Rhea Ripley debut tonight on Raw. Yeah, probably. I would have said debut after Mania, but the thing is, she's going to end up fighting Asuka at WrestleMania. I think she'll beat Charlotte before WrestleMania, and then she'll get the match against Asuka one-on-one because Charlotte's been removed off the WrestleMania poster for some reason. So Keith Lee should return tonight. Yeah, but Keith Lee's thing's an injury, so you know what I mean? It's when it's cleared up. First half, Fastlane was ass, but Rollins and Nakamura, the show picked up. I agree, apart from, I don't think Big E and Apollo was ass. I think that was the first good match, and then it moved on from there. Why is Shane and Elias randomly mates again now that Shane's heel? He's friends with him from last year, wasn't he? So they never fell out with each other. Did you guys hear Charlotte is in trouble with WWE? The things with Andrade will be. She's not in trouble with WWE. I promise she's not. Reverse ask even though she's still suffering from concussion. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I said yesterday, with the rumors and backstage news and stuff like that, WWE have had so much problems in the past with brain injuries, and we know why. They wouldn't be risking people if they're fully concussed because, I mean, Asuka came out and had a full match. Kicked ass as well against Shayna Baszler, so we'll have to see. Usually when you hear him talking about these things on WWE.com and that, it's fake injuries, kayfabe in it, so. Oh, yeah, man, I can't wait for these two matches either, bro. Rhea should have a feud with Alexa. I don't think so. But she did throw her out the Royal Rumble, so it makes sense. I think she threw her out. I think she threw Alexa out. Retribution was absolutely terrible. I mean, Michael, do you remember when they got together and I done the reaction and I said at the start it was going to be terrible? 20 days until the Spectacle Jack Sparrow prepares to sail with his pirates to Tampa, Florida. That's funny. Sheamus should have won, but he deserves better. Everyone keeps saying this, but it doesn't make sense. Everyone's thinking in terms of just loving Sheamus. I wanted Sheamus to win as well, but it didn't make sense. It would have made, if they never announced the WrestleMania match, it would have made 100% sense, but great match. Match of the night for me. Yep, and yep. Yeah, Dijakovic, definitely. Go for the Intercontinental title, US title, for sure. Roman Bryan was amazing, but Shinsuke Seth was the best match of the night. I agree with both that one was a great match. Well, both were great matches, but for me, Sheamus and Drew was the best match. Bray couldn't dodge, could start throwing his hair back. Yeah, big facts. Keith Lee Riddle versus Sheamus US title. I would add a few more people into that. Make it a fatal 4-way or a 6-man kind of thing. Make it a bit more relevant, that title. The fact I put it on the kickoff show, I would add Ali to that match. A couple more people who ain't going to be used, man, but yeah. Revenue for was on that. Rollins versus Nakamura is underrated. Yeah, I watched it back just. I mean, I can't say if it's underrated. It only happened last night, so I don't know everyone's reaction to it, but I watched it just and it was great. It was really good. Do you think Apollo will win the IC title at Mania? I'm beginning to think he is going to win it. I actually think he might win. What's next for Retribution after the faction imploded? Exactly what I just said, bro. What I said I think once happened, I think that will happen. Maybe the only thing I might be wrong about is me and him going back to NXT. I don't think they'll send anyone back to NXT. But Plateface, I don't know, man. Yeah, I would agree with this, apart from the fact that the way Apollo reacted after and carried on beating up Big E looked like it wasn't botched after that. Yeah, Elite Squad. We're gonna get into that anyway. Will Asuka drop the title? I wonder. Maybe. I can't see him getting Rhea Ripley to WrestleMania again and making her lose, so she might beat Asuka. It would make more sense if they made it a triple threat match or a fatal 4-way match or something like that. Then if Asuka loses, she doesn't look weak. Thoughts on Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 37. In terms of a build-up, doesn't really, you know what I mean? But in terms of what that match can bring, I've watched enough Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn matches in the WWE and before. It could be great. It could steal the show in terms of a wrestling match. Especially if they put a ladder in there or something like that. Seth Rollins stole the shot. Fastlane. Don't agree, but he was great. Sheamus and Drew for me. Do you think Drew deserves a title match? No. Not at WrestleMania anyway. He probably should have got one on Raw last week and then fought Sheamus last night, lost to Sheamus, and then Sheamus should have went on to fight Bobby Lashley, and then McIntyre should have set up a feud with somebody else. Okay, is it talking about fella? You know, like that. Trying to get through everyone's messages, guys. So, you know what I mean? At the moment, yeah, but then the Fiend's mask looks like a meat from what? Yeah, it does, man. They should add someone else to make it fair. Well, yep. The Big E got to drop title around SummerSlam season. I mean, I thought so, but I don't know now. Apollo looks strong, man. He's losing matches and looking strong. Savage, I think WWE completely wants to build up between Bianca and Brocky. I've been saying this since Royal Rumble. It's been trash. It's been 100% trash. I don't want to miss anyone's comments to make sure I get these on. You know what I mean? Sup Savage, I see multi-woman ladder match at Mania, Asuka, Rhea Ripley, and maybe Alexa versus Royce Cross, Naomi, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. At the moment, I mean, there's 3 weeks, so I'm not saying you're wrong, but at the moment, there's no reason for Naomi or Nikki Cross to be in a championship match. And I'm not talking about because of how good they are. I'm talking about one's been going after a tag team title, well, been in the tag team with Lana since she returned at Royal Rumble. Cross hasn't been on TV at all. Shayna makes more sense if she splits up with Nia before. But I think that I still got a feeling about Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose are going to win the titles off them two at WrestleMania. So I'd say Asuka, Rhea Ripley, Peyton Royce, and Charlotte in a fatal 4-way. I think Alexa's going to stay with the Fiend for a bit. So, and then, yeah, fatal 4-way, Asuka, Rhea Ripley, Peyton Royce, Charlotte, and Rhea Ripley wins, but Peyton Royce steals the show. That's what I would say. Keith, impossible to book Keith though. With the way he's been off TV, he wasn't even at the Royal Rumble because of his COVID. Obviously, COVID, it affects people different. So me and Jim came straight back, but Keith hasn't been back, and he put that message up on Twitter last week. So, but yeah, that would have been dope. SmackDown Championship feud at Fastlane, the worst bit or not. Yep, I agree. Even though we knew Roman was going to win, Daniel Bryan so could make you believe he was going to pull off anyway. Yeah, it was great. It was great from start to finish. I watched it back just and I didn't realize how slow the match was, but it was slow in a good way. Andrade could have easily been WWE champion if he was used properly. So disappointed to see him go. I couldn't see Andrade being WWE champion for maybe another 2 years, but I could have seen him winning the Intercontinental title for sure. Listen, he asked for his release. He's got it now. I'm really happy for him. And yeah, I mean, I think everyone feels the same, that he deserves everything good. And what I like about him, very professional guy. All the messages he put up on Twitter to Triple H and William Regal were very nice messages, just thanking them for everything. He had a message between him and Murphy saying that WWE should give Murphy a chance to show how good he is. And then Murphy had put that he's sad to see Andrade go, and that he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, which I agree with. So it's nice. I do like when people leave, but it's not bad, like bad blood. Because what that does is it means you can go and live your life, do other stuff, and eventually if you want to come back, you can come back. And he's always going to have connections there now because obviously Charlotte is his fiance. Bro, Sammy kicked KO in the head on SmackDown last week. I don't know if you're telling me this is news or what. I watched it. Big kick. No Retribution. Ali's on his own now. Yep, and I think it's the right thing to do. Ali is really good, man. I think I knew about this before. The weird thing was on his Instagram before Fastlane, he was putting up pictures of like the American flag and little quotes, and then there's a picture of his face with the image of an American flag on it. So I think he was going to go solo anyway. So I think it's cool. Shout out to Quad Killer. What do you think about the Fiend's new look? I think he looks great, bro. He fits the story, fits the narrative perfect. It's not too cheesy. I like it a lot, man. And I'm excited to see what can happen with their feud leading up to WrestleMania and at WrestleMania. Fiend vs. Orton Firefly Funhouse match. Don't want it. Don't want it. Because the Firefly Funhouse match is what happened with him and John Cena. And it was different for John Cena because he wasn't going to be around anymore. Moves and stuff to make and things like that. And that was a massive, I mean, that was called back from way like ages ago. But with Randy, he can wrestle his ass off, so let him wrestle still. I think Bray Wyatt is absolutely the successor to the legendary Undertaker. Yeah, I agree. The problem is he's never going to have the longevity of the Undertaker, but no one will. So that's not down to him being good or anything. That's down to the fact that fans nowadays are impatient. Fans nowadays want whatever they want, and that's it. Everyone is moving on to the next thing. I've seen people talk about the Fiend the last couple of months, saying they're bored of it. And now he's back. Everyone's talking about they love him again. So, you know what I mean? You can't have too many multi-men matches at WrestleMania. Agreed. Especially that we've got 2 nights. You just put them on separate nights. Daniel Bryan's the king of making you believe you in no sense. That's the winning match. Agreed. The build-up interesting. That slap from Sasha. I don't agree, bro. After the slap from Sasha, Bianca started talking to the WrestleMania sign. You know what I mean? It was stupid. Why did she not go after Sasha? Why did she not start talking to Sasha instead of talking to the sign? Yeah, that's what I just said. Make it a fatal 4-way. Do not make it a triple threat match. I promise, do not make it a triple threat match. Trust me. Fatal 4-way is the way to go. I think it's about time that we get Hollywood Sasha. Yep. She's great, man. But I don't like this heel turn. It's not been done properly. It's been half-hearted. And it's like WWE realized they're running out of time before Mania and said, let's let us slap someone quickly. Trash. I think Drew got the title shot mainly because there is a crowd again, so he gets that crowd reaction that he will win the title again. What I don't hope, or else waste the money for Lashley. I agree with that. But if he's not going to get the title anyway, then it's pointless. And I don't want him to get the title, so Riot Squad should win the tag team titles. I mean, they probably deserve it more than anyone else. I want Dana and Mandy Rose to win it, but you are right. They deserve it more than anyone. I mean, they are an actual tag team. So, Savage, what do you think about Alexa Mania? Do you think she'll be part of the match between Orton and the Fiend, or have a separate? I think she'll be part of that whole thing. Fail forwards, yep. I'm hyped for WrestleMania. Me too, bro. WWE bring back the blood matches. Yeah, that's all down to business and advertisements, man. Yeah, I mean, you can't have these like have KFC and Old Spice adverts and then throw on loads of blood. Shout out to you guys having the chat, man. But yeah, PG era, man. So that's what it is. Andrade straight into a feud with MJF, please. Not right now because MJF's just done that. He's got his own faction now against the Inner Circle, so he won't work straight away. But there's plenty of people for him to feud with. Let's go after Cody. Cody's going to be done with everything he's going through. Scorpio Sky, Shaq. I would go straight after Cody. Morris preferred the old Ali. I don't mind it. I mean, the old Ali didn't talk at all, did he? So, but I don't mind it. He's still got the same moves and stuff like that. I think his story was fine. It's just they didn't do it right. Shout out to you, bro. It's sad because Ali now looks like a joke because he lost again to Riddle and he was beat up by his. I don't think he looks like a joke because he lost to Riddle fair and square, but he didn't get battered. He had a really good match and he got beat up by two guys way bigger than him. Andrade, rumors be off WrestleMania called Charlotte. She remains WrestleMania, but in my opinion, she never belongs to WrestleMania event. Plus, beat will be nah, man. I'm not having no disrespect towards Charlotte, bro. She's it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if you're a fan of Charlotte, man. She's one of the best she's one of the best women wrestlers in the world, man. Come at me, bro. At me. I'm telling you. If you could push one star to the main event, who would it be? One star to the main event. Well, the main event on separate days is going to be the men's title, I guess. So I would go with Cesaro. I'd go for Cesaro. I'll put him in there. Let's be honest. What they're doing with Daniel Bryan, they could have done it with Cesaro. Very good wrestling skills, super strong. They could have changed the whole narrative around and had Cesaro doing Daniel Bryan's role. But shout out to Daniel Bryan because he's killing it. Well, shout out to you, Randy. You good? Some record scores. I'll watch it, but Randy said Ricochet's good. Missed something around. I watched the whole thing when I was editing the videos last night. It was really good smoking school. The takeaway that I had from that smoking school session was the fact that Randy said he didn't learn how to be good on the mic until a year ago. Crazy, because Randy's been dope for ages. But I like his honesty. Yeah, man, Randy's dope, bro. One of the best to ever do it. Which match is better, Bobby Lashley versus The Fiend or Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar? Did you ask this in the live stream last night? Because somebody asked the exact same question. Bobby Lashley versus The Fiend makes no sense. It's more supernatural. So with The Fiend, you have to have a story there already. Five Live Funhouse match was playing on at WrestleMania 39 too. Yeah, it makes complete sense, Brother Nero. That's what I agree. Her reaction was stupid, but we'll see on SmackDown. I mean, we will. I'm behind Bianca Belair. I'm behind Sasha Banks as well. I mean, my thing is just because I think this initial thing's been trash doesn't mean I think both of them are trash. I just don't like the build-up. It's been stupid. I feel like we've had Lana, Naomi, Shayna, Nia, Bianca, and Sasha. Those 6 superstars and Reginald. We've had those 6 superstars for the last 8 weeks, just mingling between each other. Meanwhile, all the other women get a match here or there. It's kind of ridiculous, man. I don't know if you guys noticed, as soon as Lacey got pregnant, the women's division, it seems a bit pointless. Weird, isn't it? And they should make a submission match last night. Yeah, but they should have built it from like 2 weeks ago. SC Williams, shout out to you. Hey Savage, new here. Welcome to the Demon team. I like Bianca and Sasha, but we need Hollywood Sasha Banks. But if she does, do you think she should change her into Hollywood Rock? Yeah. Hollywood Sasha makes sense. She can be all like blown up and deluded because she's only appeared in Mandalorian, but she could act like she's appeared in. I'm sold on that. That's a good idea. Miles Jackson, shout out to you. I did say hi earlier at the beginning of the show. Charlotte's versus 200 time champion points. She gets opportunities every time. Yeah, this doesn't mean that she's not good enough, bro. Like that. Shout out to you, bro. Please scrap both SmackDown and Raw tag team. Just have one set tag team title because, I said this on our show when we spoke about the greatest tag teams of all time. It doesn't make any sense anymore. There's not enough tag teams. I would unify the titles and I would unify the WWE Championship and the Universal one as well eventually because I think it's just better like that. You know what I mean? But some people disagree. It's fine. Elite Squad says MJF doesn't need a stable. He doesn't need one, but it's made now. And he only just made it a week ago, so it'd be weird for it to just drop that quick. Savage, do you think WWE should go to TV 14 like AEW stay? It's actually not PG anymore. I can't remember what it is, but it's not. I can't remember what it changed. Was it? I think it was around the time of last year's Royal Rumble or something. I can't remember. It's actually not 100% PG anymore, but I think it's 13 or 12 or something like that. But yeah, I would go 14. I don't know. The problem is it's weird because it's not the same in every country. So 14 in America is not the same as 14 in England. I mean, AEW swear, there's blood everywhere. They just do what they want. So obviously it's hard for me now because I run like different businesses and stuff like that. I know how it works with business. So if you're asking me as a wrestling fan, then of course I want it to be 14, all guns blazing, Attitude Era. But if you're asking me as a business person, I can see why they haven't. And now they've just signed to Peacock as well. Yeah, don't know. I'm tired of playing so cringy. Yeah, I'm done with it, bro. I'm done with it. It's trash. Maybe Asian angle on AEW, Paul White leading, and Andrade Christian Mirror all in the same faction. I'm here for that. That's a good idea. Edge versus Christian Cage. Well, good luck to find out how that's going to happen. Let me guess. Yeah, it was dope. Bobby versus Keith Lee. Here for it. Not now though. No build-up time. 3 weeks is nothing. 3 weeks is 3 Raws, and let's be honest, man. They're going to get 10 minutes on each Raw, so Edge shouldn't be at WrestleMania. Why even bring him back? Give the other deserving people. Kia Lewis, I don't agree with that, man. This guy got injured and was forced to retire. He didn't do anything wrong. He's been great the whole time. His box office, people love him being back, man. But shout out to you for the chat. Do you have any WWE action figures? Yeah, I've got hundreds of Elite figures and maybe about 70. 70 is a lie, actually. I think I've got about 45 Funko Pop WWE figures. We've got a lot of figures, man. And then I got WWE Metal Basics as well. So yeah. I don't know if you guys listen to what I say, man, but I've been saying this for weeks and weeks that it doesn't work how it used to anymore. So baby faces have to have edge to them. The only ones who get away with it are the New Day. I'm not joking. Daniel Bryan's the next babyface who can do what he wants, but he's got edge to him as well. Only the New Day get away with it. And that's because the New Day, they were a group. It wouldn't work if they were on their own, I don't think. But yeah, even Drew McIntyre, when he was babyface champion, edge to him. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it is, bro. PG-13. Yeah, big facts. Yeah, man, the Fiend is back, bro. He's got winning the US title like your first main roster title, kind of. Because what happened to Ricochet, Andrade, Cesaro, Samoa Joe, Nakamura, and their careers went downhill after. Yeah, yeah. I don't agree that Samoa Joe's career went downhill though. Out of all of them, I think Samoa Joe didn't fall off, apart from just getting hurt. But I don't think he fell off. But yeah, for the rest of them, yeah. They have to take some accountability though. I'm fed up with this thing where everyone blames WWE now. Like they've got a part to play, and the wrestler has, because as much as there's all them people you just mentioned there's the same amount of people who have done well with titles and stuff like that. People need to take a look at what Miz has done. With when Miz is the Intercontinental Champion, it makes you believe that the belt's the most important thing on the planet. Whereas a lot of these champions just walk out with the belt on their shoulder and just wrestle. You need to make us believe. Like even R-Truth makes the 24/7 championship seem like it means everything to him. Do you agree with me that Seth Rollins' peak? No, I don't think. I don't even know what Seth Rollins' peak is, because he's going to be wrestling for a while. I've liked all the Seth Rollins. I thought the only time that I had not an issue with Seth Rollins, but when I was like, oh, it's a bit cringy, was when Brock had broken Seth's ribs, or he hurt his ribs, and then he'd come on the mic and he's like, I'll beat you at WrestleMania, I guarantee. I didn't like that. That was stupid, because realistically, if you're half beaten, you shouldn't be able to beat Brock Lesnar. But apart from that, I just love heel Seth, to be honest. Authority Seth was my favorite, probably. Even though he was going against the people that I loved, he was great, man. That cash-in is one of the best cash-ins, if not the best cash-in I've ever seen. What the hell? Do you think WWE introduced Rhea Ripley tonight on Raw and going forward, and do you think they will ruin her? If I go off history, then yeah, she'll probably be ruined. The thing is, it's hard to see Rhea Ripley as like I don't know, because we've seen her so many times now. After she lost that match at WrestleMania last year, and then obviously on NXT against Io Shirai, I don't know. But I mean, this has happened before with loads of people. Everyone likes to remember the good times of The Rock and Austin and Triple H and stuff like that. But all of those people suffered at some point. You know what I mean? There was the Ringmaster that no one cared about. There was Rocky Maivia that no one cared about. There was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the Blue Blood, what no one cared about. There was Eddie Guerrero, mid-card or before mid-card. He was at the beginning of the card. Radicals, no one cared about. He was good in WCW, though. There was Edge and the Edgeheads was good, but it wasn't the great Edge. There's loads of wrestlers. All the wrestlers who are the greatest have had down points, so I'm not worried about them. And that the worry is the people who haven't even had the up points yet, like Cesaro. That's the worry. He needs to get that soon. I hope after Mania, Cesaro gets a shot at IC or higher, put into work. I would go with. Okay, let's put it this way. If Roman keeps the title at WrestleMania, then he's probably going to fight Edge again, and then win again, and then move on to the next person, which probably should be Cesaro. And then if he's going to lose, then he should lose to Cesaro. If he's not going to lose, then probably have 3 matches with Cesaro. Cesaro will move on, and he'll move down to the Intercontinental title. I'm going to be 100% honest now. I would rather go with Apollo's looking like he's going to beat Big E for this title at some point. And I don't know where Big E goes from there, because he's not on the same roster as the New Day anymore. But I would go with Apollo wins that title. He fights Nakamura, goes against him, does his heel thing, beats Nakamura probably. Cesaro goes in, and then Cesaro beats him at SummerSlam or Survivor Series. No, not Survivor Series. SummerSlam. Something big. And then Cesaro gets his Intercontinental title and then gets to run with it properly. And then going on to the next year, depending on what happens at the Royal Rumble, I've already said that I think Keith Lee is going to win the next Royal Rumble, but Cesaro could win the Royal Rumble. And then next year, WrestleMania, we get Cesaro, whoever the champion, and he goes for it. So, also Bayley turning on Sasha and Sasha Babyface turn. Yep, that's the reason why I don't like this Sasha at the moment. It seems so rushed. It seems like it's stupidly rushed. Didn't oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's would be awesome to see Big Show, Christian, Rusev, Neville, Evan Bourne, Gallows, Anderson, Wilder, Dawson, and Sting to turn on AEW and bring in WWE Invasion as a surprise. Yeah, I'll take Sting out of that though. He doesn't have any allegiances to WWE really. So I'll take him out. And I would take out Gallows and Anderson as well. But yeah, I'm with you, bro. Oh, and Jericho. That'd be dope. AEW versus WWE. I mean, yeah, I get why everyone's saying it now, because obviously what's going on with Impact and New Japan and AEW seems like it'd be kind of cool, but I don't have much faith in these things happening. But I'm here for it either way. Seth's dope. It was a great headbanger matches, everyone, even Mojo. Yeah, I agree. Joe kind of fell out for his stars. I like 3 or 4 for them. Yeah, but I don't know what everyone calls a fall off nowadays, man. It didn't fall off at any point, bro. He had great matches with, like, I don't know. I don't want to talk to people like the stupid, but pro wrestling is different to anything else. It's not boxing. It's not UFC. In the UFC, in the boxing, titles mean everything. They mean that you are the best of the best, and that's it. In WWE, the titles are not the most important thing. You know what I mean? And if you don't believe me, then by that standard, an Undertaker should have the most titles ever. He doesn't. These guys, Undertaker, The Rock, Stone Cold, Eddie, Edge, if you want to go even JBL, Rey Mysterio, Jericho. If you want to count how many times they've all had the title, none of them have got to 10. Not one of them. That's my case, bro. We've only, when we talk about Triple H and Randy Orton and John Cena and Ric Flair a lot, the reason why that's so special, because all them other guys, oh yeah, Kurt Angle as well, all them other guys haven't won the title as much. So everyone keeps talking about people being great, like it's all about titles. But I mean, I watched Undertaker for pretty much my whole life, since I was like 2. So about 28 years of Undertaker, and it never bothered me that he didn't have the title. So yeah, that's what I think of that, man. Couldn't the first two great wrestlers having a match. Brother Nero, you copying what I said in the other live stream? I said the exact same thing. Shout out to Ashton Fuller, no problem, bro. Was it Booker T that said AEW slowly turned into WCW? Why even say that? I know, but I love Booker T, man. Bring back King Booker, like that. Savage Edge will be the new champion. Don't know about that, man. I love the Fiend's new gear. Chris, Wrestling Views. Don't forget to check out my channel, bro. I'll prove it to you now, man. I have love for basketball. I don't make these false promises. So let me write it in my phone now, bro. Obviously, I know what your name is, but I'll just make sure it's spelled properly. So your channel is exactly what your name is on here. Oh yeah, boom, got it. I got it. I will watch it straight after your last video was Fastlane 2021 review. I'll watch it, bro. Yeah, I agree. I think she's in the full face because she's wet like heel. She's not face, man. Santos Escobar has a massive potential. He said his goal as a main roster to introduce himself to Vince and explain to Vince why he deserves the opportunity. I love Santos Escobar. So good. Keep him with his faction, man. Phantasma right now. I really want some more Joe Page and that's about to come back. Don't know about Paige, bro. She's finished, bro. Love Paige, though. I don't want to use total not that long. I agree, Donald. when I said about Apollo winning, it's not because I want him to win. It's because I think it's going to happen because he looks so strong at the moment. But Apollo really could turn into one of those heels that they will eventually win titles and stuff. But it's not the main point. The main point is just to put dominance on the division. I would love some heel to just win matches and not even want the title, man. That's the way to go. That's what the Fiend should have done as well. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what this is in response to. This is a response to somebody else, Nima. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Samoa Joe lost title and lost his feud against Kofi, kept getting injured, and now he's a commentator, so he fell off. He's not a commentator. He's not a commentator because he fell off. He's a commentator because he's injured. That's the reason he put it out himself. Also, his feud with Kofi wasn't Kofi on its own. That was down to Kofi Mania. Leading up after that, Kofi beat everyone. He beat everyone on the way. It wasn't just him. Alistair Black should come back on SmackDown after WrestleMania and attack Big E. Yeah, don't know. I want Apollo to win the contest. Yeah, I think he'll win it at some point. Most guys had a bad start. Mid-card Jericho with the frowning bodyguard, Mr. Hughes or something, Kane, Isaac Yankem, Fake Diesel, John Cena and the hideous shorts. Yeah, I agree. But this is what happens in wrestling. It takes time to find you. I mean, the John Cena one, he didn't stay like that for long. That was just the introduction. But you're right. 100% right, bro. There's literally, apart from the newer wrestlers, there's not many people who's in people's top 10 wrestlers of all time who didn't have a hard start. I mean, to be honest, you think about Edge and Christian in the Brood with Gangrel, it was mid-card. It wasn't massive. You know what I mean? When they was Edge and Christian on their own is when they hit it off. But listen, The Rock's my favorite wrestler of all time, and to me, he's the greatest wrestler of all time. And Rocky Maivia, people are saying kill Rocky. So, you know what I'm saying? But wrestling fans need to be patient. You put so much pressure on WWE. Like, look at what we've had in this chat so far. We've had Aleister Black come back for the title, Big E keep the title, Apollo go for the title, Cesaro go for the title, and everyone's talking about the same title. So who do you want? Only one person can win it. Who do you want? This is the problem. Everyone's just thinking off the top of their head, he deserves it, he deserves it. Trust me, not everyone deserves it. That's just a fact. Not everyone deserves it. Like, you know what I mean? I can imagine if Funaki and Tajiri and Jamie Noble wrestling now, loads of guys in the chat would be like, Jamie Noble deserves the shot against Roman. Or if Hurricane came back, he deserves a title shot. Come on, man. Stop the foolishness, bro. There's a reason why the hardcore title was there. Steve Blackman weren't getting title shots. Ken Shamrock weren't getting title shots. Raven. And these people were great. Crash Holly. These people were still good, really good wrestlers. So Bob Holly, you know what I mean? Al Snow. A lot of people don't know the history of wrestling. And we got the WWE Network, so check it out, man. Fiend, swollen hand, look a bit off. That's my only critique. Yeah, I know what you mean. He looked a bit mad still. Savage, if you could go back to any year in the WWE and relive it, what year would it be and why? What year? 2002. I think 2002. I'm trying to think what was going on then. It's kind of hard, you know, Mike. Kind of hard. More because I don't know the exact year of some of the stuff. Like some of it overlaps. I think 2004 was really good as well. 2003 is when Goldberg was in it, man. I would go 2002 purely down to the wrestling. There's moments that I like from other years, though. Big moments. I love the Eddie going for Brock. I love that. But yeah, it's just solely down to the wrestling and the storylines. Probably 2002. That's a bit of a dead answer, I know, but some of these questions require me to go back and look at some stuff. What's next for Sasha after losing the title to Bianca Mania? Hopefully, she doesn't get forgotten about and put in a long boring feud with Carmella. I think Carmella deserves more respect. To be honest, I knew that after the Sasha match. Sure, I get it. You're not going for the title anymore, but Jesus, don't even use her at all. Where does she go after? Well, after she fights Bianca and loses, she fights Bianca 2 more times probably. And then she ends up in a feud with, I don't know. I think then she uses her talent to put somebody over. Maybe Lana, someone like that. I think then it becomes she uses her talent to put somebody over, sort of keep with the attitude what she's got. Starts picking on people for saying that she's better than everyone. Yeah, you could be right there. Okay, some of you guys talking to each other, so let me make sure. Sarah Apollo is starting to make Big E angry. WrestleMania, Big E will end Apollo. Yeah, I think we can see. We might see a Big E with no fun and jokes at WrestleMania, and that's the clever thing with wrestling. Hopefully, that actually happens. We just get a dark Big E. Imagine if Big E turns heel. I'm not sure if this went through the first time, but the Fiend and Alexa gave me and my siblings a nightmare. It didn't go through before, but that's funny. That is funny. When my son seen it, he was shocked, man. He was just staring at it. Oh, yeah, funny. Michael Smith. Oh, you agree, bro? Yeah, yeah, exactly. 2002 was dope, innit? The Fiend looking like Rice Grippers don't at me. Jesus, man. You did not see my comment above about are you happy that the Fiend returned at Fastlane? No, sorry, John G. I didn't see that, bro. Yes, very happy. I was happy anyway, to be honest, because when you know he's coming back, I don't have to rush. You know what I mean? I only get worried when I don't know if someone's coming back at all. But yeah, man, it's dope. I'm here for it. Shout out to Mikey. Shout out to you, bro. What are they doing with Bailey? She doesn't have a match at WrestleMania. It's what I just said. I think there's going to be a massive. I don't think they should do a battle royal, but maybe a six woman ladder match or something like that. That'll be dope at WrestleMania for a future title shot or for a contract. They've just got to make more interesting things. That's what they should do. Obviously, actually not for a contract because that's like Money in the Bank, but yeah, she's too good to be not doing anything. But the problem is that there's so many people at the wayside. We'll have to do a whole show on what Mania matches we should put together. Or what I'll do is, if for Savage Talk on Thursday, I will go through the roster and I'll put my own roster together, my own matches together for WrestleMania, and then see what happens. Because I do think that it's easy for us to say some things, and then we're not thinking about the whole. You know what I mean? Obviously, the creative team at WWE, they have to think ahead, like 3 months, 4 months ahead. You know what I mean? Because whatever happens here affects whatever happens there, and so on and so forth. So I do think it's a little bit harder than we think, but I might as well try it and see how hard it is, to be honest. Because I guess if I put some matches together, I'm going to at least leave 5 or 6 people out. But if you watch if everyone's been watching wrestling their whole life, or if everyone watches the WWE Network and watches Mania's back and stuff, you'll realize that not everyone makes it to Mania. That's just how it is. What I'm getting from the chat is that everybody wants everyone to be on the card, but people like Test and Prince Albert and stuff weren't used in every WrestleMania, and so it doesn't really work like that. Jay's a good body, but yeah, I love Jay. I've been wondering about this. Does Finn come back up to the main roster after this thing with Cross? I think he stays there for a little bit. I think Adam Cole's going to come up, but he did say not long ago he didn't know it was going to be this long, but he's happy. So I imagine Hornswoggle went, oh no. 2002 was the year first non-sanctioned about Shawn Michaels. Yeah, man, Shawn Michaels in the blue jeans and that. Okay, let me breeze through some of these questions and stuff like that. Which turn? I said boring champion done nothing with the title. Who challenged Oscar for? She might turn heel at WrestleMania. She might turn heel after she loses the title. Savage, when is Jay coming back? He has actually not reported when he's coming back yet, but I know he doesn't have the leg brace on anymore. So he's probably in the performance center just training and ready to come back. I would come back at Mania and go for them titles with his brother. Savage the Fiend look like burnt chocolate. He actually looked like a finger, marshmallows. The s'mores. That's what he looked like, man. The Fiend's hair looked like what happens. Cook ramen noodles without water. Yeah, when he just burns up. Who do you see leaving WWE next? I'm predicting Murphy or Aleister Black. I mean, them two are the easy picks, to be honest. Aleister Black is the easiest pick to leave. His missus is going to go to AEW probably more than likely, about 80%. So Aleister Black's an easy one. Depends on WWE. I'll probably go with Aleister Black as well. That's an easy pick, but that's what's going to happen, isn't it? And I'm suspecting that there might be another woman to leave the roster soon as well, because not getting much TV time. If we're talking about who deserves a good title shot, R-Truth, that guy knows he's getting used jokes, but yeah, I have a whole. When we spoke about fantasy bookings, I've got a whole fantasy booking thing. We've not finished it yet on R-Truth winning the title, so stay tuned for that. Probably be done in like a week because I got other stuff to do. But I've got a plan on how I can get R-Truth to win the title and stuff like that. Won't keep it for very long after, but it won't be like how Kofi lost it straight away. He'd have it for like another 4 months after, but I can kill it. WWF or WWE? When did the change? 2000? WWE. That's actually hard. WWE. Okay, thanks for reading my comment about the Fiend. No problem, bro. Lord of Darkness, WWF for life. Yeah, I was thinking, but because I'm pretty sure they changed when the invasion angle happened in 2001. I think they had already turned to WWE, which means there's a lot. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. When I first saw the Fiend, I was shocked. He was going off different. I didn't expect him to look like that. Yeah, man, he looked dope though. Corbin, Carmella, Bailey, Jeff Hardy, Ricochet, Elias, Keith Lee. Looks like they will be on the kickoff show, not on the show at all. I worry out of all of them ones, Keith Lee won't be on the kickoff show. If anything, he won't be on WrestleMania at all. He won't be on the kickoff show. And I think Corbin's had a good push over the last year and a half, so can't complain about anything. Jeff's going to go AEW soon. I can see it, man. He's definitely going to join his brother before it's over. Ricochet, I worry for that guy. Prince Finn needs to be on the main roster. Yeah, he should be on the main roster, to be honest. I think he'll come back and fight the Fiend at some point. Makes sense. Big story. Oh, yeah, you've put it underneath. Yeah. It makes sense. Dream match, Fiend versus Karrion Kross. Okay. I could see that it would be dope with Scarlett and that involved, but I don't really. With Karrion Kross, I want to see him fight proper. I'd rather see Karrion Kross fight Bray than the Fiend. Savage, I like your thinking. Cruz versus Big E can be good long-term storyline if they do it right. Imagine Big E heel turn and beat Roman by turning face for him and turn on Roman with Apollo. Yeah. I'm half with you there. I actually think that it can be a long. We've got off this long-term feud thing now. That's why the Fiend's so great. A lot of people don't know why they like the Fiend, but the reason is because his story is all intertwined with stuff from a while ago. That's why it's so dope. So I'm here for that. Big E, Heyman is a new Heyman guy. Yep, I agree. Probably Murphy might turn heel and join Seth, so what's the point of joining the Mysterios? I'd love to know where these apparently come from, to be honest. Where did you get that information from? But joining Seth again, pointless. Very pointless. You're right. What's up? What are you saying, bro? I think the Fiend's new looks dope, bro. Savage, do you think Ruby Riott is underutilized? Yeah, but as a tag team, she doesn't connect with the. I can't speak for everyone, but she doesn't connect with me as a fan when she's on her own. And she didn't connect with me in NXT either. I just thought she was a really good wrestler. So as a tag team, yeah, I think Liv Morgan, out of the two of them, has more of the charisma and she has everything more of a superstar. But Ruby Wright's better in the ring. But I can see a Liv Morgan winning a title or something like that. I can't see it with Ruby Riott. Murphy and Blake help Seth, but I don't think I see Nakamura being finished with Seth. But Cesaro feuds, threats Cesaro and Nakamura unite that. I agree. Apart from I don't get why Nakamura would be in a match against Cesaro, because the whole thing at the moment is he fought Seth because Seth was disrespecting Cesaro. So Cesaro and Seth definitely need a one-on-one at WrestleMania. Cesaro needs spotlight on him. Do you don't remember? Well, that's what I said, and it finished at Invasion, before Invasion. That's exactly what I said. I like most wrestlers and stuff don't like the Invasion angle, but it's funny to me. Austin was the funniest thing I've ever seen in the Austin, RVD, and Kurt Angle in the Invasion was so funny. SmackDown doing Alpha Academy versus Ray. Yep, that's what it's looking like, bro. You know what? I don't like people being thrown together, but you know the Alpha Academy. I actually can see something where you turn that into a stable. You know, if Gable starts recruiting other people, like he goes and gets Drew Gulak, Mojo Rawley, maybe, and they all just come out as a wrestling team. You know, like an Olympic wrestling team, and they just send people out to fight. I'm here for it, you know, because he gets other people on TV, but you know, probably won't do it. Lord Darkness says stay tuned for Brock Lesnar. Shout out to you, Anna. Just back from work, catching for last night's news. Quick recap would be helpful. Last night's news, okay, Anna. Fastlane kicked off with Ali versus Riddle on the kickoff show. Great match, but shouldn't have been on the kickoff show. Riddle picked up the victory with the Bo Derek off the top rope. Ali had another go at Retribution. Mia Yim had enough, AK Reckoning. She walked off, and then Dijakovic and Madine double chokeslammed Ali. So it looks like Retribution's over. Then we had Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair versus Nia and blah blah. Tag team worked. Reginald got involved, of course it did. Nia pushed Bianca into Sasha while she was pinning Shayna. Sasha got mad. Then Bianca got rolled up. They lost the match. And then they had an argument. Sasha slapped her, so to try and turn heel, even though she was kind of heel already. The Shane match didn't happen because Shane was injured, kind of fake injured. It ended up being Elias versus Braun Strowman. Braun won. It was pointless. Didn't need to be there at all. Kind of trash. Big E and Apollo had a match. Great match. Big E picked up the victory, although the final pin was a bit weird. It looked like both people's shoulders were down at the time, so Apollo looked confused, but he left looking stronger than Big E. He beat him up after the match and stood strong, so that worked out. Seth and Nakamura put on a great match, one-on-one. Nice, clean match. No cheating involved. Dope. Seth beat him, but Nakamura didn't look weak. Sheamus and McIntyre, their one-on-one match, no DQ, no holds barred. Great match. Very good match. Like, to me, it was the best match of the night. Kicked the hell out of each other. Obviously, McIntyre won, but you knew he would win anyway. But Sheamus looked amazing in that match. So yeah, that's what happened there. Fiend returned again with Alexa versus Randy. It was great. It was great from start to finish. Fiend came from under the ring, grabbed Randy's leg. Randy got scared, backed off a little bit. Alexa pushed Randy into the Fiend, Sister Abigail. Then Alexa pinned the Fiend in a bit of a Pornhub way. And yeah, Fiend's back with a melted face, but he looks great. And then the final match, Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan, special guest enforcer Edge. Match went exactly how I said it would on the last live show. Jay came out while Roman was in the yes lock, gave Edge and Daniel Bryan a super kick after they had Daniel Bryan had accidentally knocked out the ref. So Edge obviously had to take over. And then Edge came back in the ring. I think Daniel Bryan knocked out Jay first with a running knee. Edge came back in the ring and snapped, had enough of both of them, beat up Daniel and Roman with the chair. Daniel Bryan made Roman tap, apparently, but there was no one there to see. Although everyone keeps talking about that, but they're not talking about the fact that Roman hit a spear on Daniel Bryan, and I counted 8 seconds before Edge came in the ring and done the pin. So could have went either way. But yeah, that's how that finished. Roman picks up the victory and won. Big things, like that. There's your recap. Andrade has been released from the WWE now, and he doesn't have a non-fighting clause in his contract, which means he can fight today if he wants to. There you go, Anna. Thank me later. Like that. Retribution's a big joke. May as well do Dreamdog Challenge if they're going to be next. Yeah, big tracks. Going to spin through these comments now. I think Keith will be on a kickoff show sadly. I don't agree. I don't think he'll be on a kickoff show, but if he is, it's over for Keith. Murphy is cool. Murphy's cool. I know AEW is years behind. I'm not saying they can get ahead. What I'm saying is AEW now the place for where wrestlers want to be. Yeah, you might be right. Do you think part-timers are good for the WWE? Depends who they are. If they're past superstars like legends, then yeah, they're good for WWE. Bringing good revenue and they're bringing eyes to the sport of pro wrestling, obviously, because some people are nostalgic, so they just like to see whoever is there. You know what I mean? So what a chance of medium joining Hurt Business with Keith Lee. As his champion, MVP, tells medium on Twitter and says Sean. I don't think there's much chance of both of them joining, to be honest. I would say medium joined the Hurt Business more than Keith. But because everyone knows that they're a couple, it's going to be a bit awkward. You know what I mean? So Savage got Charlotte Ruby Fastlane 2018. The match was really good. Convinced me Ruby should get more. I watched the match, bro. I don't miss any wrestling. I promise I don't miss any wrestling, bro. So I watched the match. Like I just said, Ruby's better than Liv Morgan, but Ruby on the mic and Ruby's, I don't know, she doesn't connect with the fans. Karrion Kross, to me, belongs in NXT main roster. Wish didn't win the title call on main roster. I love Karrion Kross, so I don't agree, but shout out to you, John G. What do you think happens? Savage tonight, Raw, Randy angry, calls the Fiend and Fear Funhouse Brain music. Ooh, don't know about the Funhouse. That's the most exciting thing to find out about Raw tonight, and I want to see a bit more of Bobby Lashley as well. I think Randy might be scared. I don't think he might. I'm expecting him to call out the Fiend, but he might not. He might just be scared. There's potential in the Alpha Academy. Rumors are true. Bring back Jason Jordan. Yep, I said it, man. Just have a whole academy of wrestlers in tracksuits. Kind of like how Team Angle was, but more people. Tracksuits, not hoodies. And yeah, I forgot about Jason Jordan. Yeah, he's cool, man. You know what I mean? Everyone keeps talking about his personal life, but he's a dope wrestler. Alexa looked pasty and the Fiend looked like Marty. Yeah, she had that dead people makeup on, you know what I mean? Murphy and Rollins versus should happen at one. These are comments about that. I don't want to see it, man. I don't want to see it's probably going to happen, but I don't want to see Murphy and Rollins together. It doesn't make any sense. As soon as they split them up, you don't put them back together. Jason Jordan, the production team. Yeah, he does. He works. He's one of the producers backstage with Tyson Kidd and Big Man from Impact. Exactly. So you talked about long-term storyline. I like in the circle, practically MJF, Warlow, and Spears. Yep. Yeah. Exactly, Eric Travis. That's one thing they got dope there. Sheamus looks strong, I swear. After this, Sheamus can go up in mid-card. Yeah, Sheamus should be able to do what he wants after that match last night. I feel sorry for Andrade. He deserves better. It's discussing how Vince treated him. I mean, I can't comment too much because I don't actually know how Vince treated him. Like, Andrade's not had a bad word to say. So just the fact that they're saying he wasn't used or keeping him off telly doesn't mean that, you know what I mean, just Vince hasn't used. It means that everyone in the creative team haven't had anything for him. So, but he said he's really happy and he's not sad at all. So I'll stick with what he said. Someone needs to jump on SmackDown as a commentator because he's not ready to fight yet. And the pay-per-view was good. Gonna watch it before and thanks for the weekend. Much appreciated, bro. No problem at all. If I was you, I'd watch it from Big E versus Apollo. Everything else before that doesn't matter. Edge turned tweener, I feel. Don't know, man. Edge is just Edge, and I kind of like it. Ultimate opportunist, always. Chris Washington, shout out to you, bro. Alpha Academy is a stable. Okay, well, just bring back talk about Jason Jordan would be good too, Savage. Yeah, I agree. Jason Jordan's not clear to fight at all, but yeah, I think it would be a dope. They could make it dope, man. Because SmackDown was supposed to be the brand what's just about wrestling, like proper wrestling. That's what Fox wanted. They definitely can do that. Andrade's going to miss the trick there. Maybe he'll do better than the promotion. Yeah, he will. He will. They did miss a trick. I don't think he's going to be... I don't know how to explain it. So he's not missed off the roster, but he's a big miss, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's going to be parts where I'm going to be watching WWE and going, see, if Andrade was here, this would be better. But when you're talking about him, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, one of the best superstars in the world. That time will tell, and that's about fans connecting with people and stuff like that. So, Eli Savage just made WrestleMania for this year with no part-timers, but not a match. But I can be wrong. Yeah, no part-timers in this WrestleMania, bro. So nice to talk to you. Yeah, nice to talk to you too. Randall versus Bobby Roode for Fastlane 2018 was underrated. I don't know if it was underrated or not. I don't know everyone's thoughts on it. I thought it was a good match. A little bit better than good. If I give it a mark out of 10, it was an 8 out of 10. So I thought it was really good. So I'm just busy hooping. No problem, bro. Keep that basketball going, like that. See you later. Hope you're well. Have a good night. You guys talking to each other. Okay, thank you. So, no problem at all. I'm getting ready to go now. I've actually got some stuff to do. Got a meeting online. Sami Zayn wants into content. Yeah, he does, man. He does. Sami Zayn's funny. Sami Zayn is an example of not needing a title but doing your own thing. There's plenty of stories to tell. So I like what Sami Zayn's doing. Murphy's got that Stockholm Syndrome thing going back to Raw. Yeah, he has, man. I wouldn't go back there. New Day did the tracksuits as well, so maybe it's something different. Nah, because I don't think people associate New Day with tracksuits. I know they've done the tracksuit, but I'm talking about they done like the Puma tracksuits and then they had the 2-stripe tracksuits. I'm talking about a proper Olympic wrestling team tracksuit. That's the kind of tracksuit I'm talking about. MJF new fashion was planned last year because you can see in MJF told Sean Spears where the wrestlers are behind the barricades. I didn't know that, but makes sense now. Vince McMahon doesn't like Tucker. Fair enough. Someone's going to join the bloodline. I don't want it. I actually just want it to be Roman and the Usos, to be honest. But take it easy, Savage. Shout out to you, bro. Enjoy Raw, and I will have my reactions up tomorrow morning. I really want Alexa to win the women's belt. I think she will at some point. Wrestling Observer reported that Edge will be used as a heel in the build-up. I was just on Wrestling Observer before I got on the stream. I did not see that. The last story I've seen on Wrestling Observer was the story of Andrade talking about Murphy, but that's fair enough. If this is a true thing, then don't know why they're releasing it and telling us before it's happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how are they going to use Edge as a heel when Roman's heel. Makes no sense. Shout out to you, bro. Hope you're well. Alexa deserves the title shot. Man, she does, but she doesn't need to be in it at the moment. So says, why the chance of Randy on coughing up Black Goon turn into the Fiend, but Sami Zayn is so good. Club Pro backstage Savage if you on WWE Network. I did see it on the WWE Network. I think it's dope. I love Sami Zayn. Like I just said, perfect example of not needing a title. And Randy on coughing up Black stuff. That'll be funny. Oh, I would like to see if the Fiend come down with evil Randy Orton while Randy's in the ring. If they can figure that out with some CGI or something, I'm here for it. John G, shout out to you. Peace, bro. Drew, bring about I can take on lives, but you can never take away our freedom and all that. Yeah, I'm here for it, man. Guys, I'm out of this. I actually jumped on here to say to you guys, this was going to be a short Savage Talk Extra. I mean, it's the extra show. It's not supposed to be as long. And I have an online meeting to get to. So shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to everyone who came across, gave their views, gave their comments. Hope you enjoyed the show. Like I said, I am the people's commentator, bro. This show is for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that you enjoy it and stuff like that. Shout out to Elijah Washington. Shout out to Brocky. Shout out to Bradley. Shout out to Lord of Darkness. Shout out to Maurice Reigns. Shout out to Durante. I'm about to get the hell out of here, like that, because I got bare stuff to do and that. But it's been fun. It's been emotional. You know the vibes already. You know where we're going with this. If you see the Fiend, if you see a pedophile, run.